If you've ever listened to online gurus, watched short form reels, and you're coming across a ton of ideas, you're almost swept by a new idea every single day, and you feel that there's so much money to be made out there, but you have no idea how to process that information properly, how to evaluate each potential business opportunity, and how to make strategic decisions within your business and plug and play different parts of all these ideas and really being able to condense it into a meaningful, singular, clear direction and strategy. This video is for you. So I'm just going to look over here because this is my document, right? This video is for internet marketers, agency owners, and online entrepreneurs that are ready to start using mental models, learning about metacognition, and really understanding marketing, right? And media-based businesses, service-based businesses, not just within our industry, but looking abroad across a range of industries, from finance, real estate, property, and taking lessons to apply that in your business. Because if we are all always using the same types of lessons, we're not looking across at other opportunities, we're not looking at other ways of thinking, there's no way that we're going to be able to develop our own edge and to develop our own way of doing things. And we will forever be stuck in the copy and paste business model, which is what I want to help you to break out of. We've reached a stage where knowledge is everywhere. Everyone is selling their own unique way of approaching the world, their unique way to help you make more money, but no one is really talking about how to integrate it together into a business strategy, and that's what I really want to help you to do. So how I see myself solving this problem for you is basically just teaching you how to think. Not so much teaching, but engaging in a dialogue, right? What I see with you, me and you, this camera, me in my room in the middle of the night. I think for me, it's about building a relationship where we are going to constantly have conversations about how you are going to think. I'll show you ways, right? Taking inspiration from philosophy, taking inspiration from history, taking inspiration from financial markets to help you sharpen the way that you approach your decisions, evaluate opportunities, and execute on strategies that you know that you want to implement in your business, allowing you to, reduce your risks and increase the opportunity sizes and the upside for each of the decisions that you make. As an entrepreneur and as a business owner and as an internet marketer, we are accountable to no one. We are accountable to ourselves and the decisions that we make. The only thing that we can control as a business owner is the quality of the decisions that we make over a long period of time. And with this channel and with this new direction that I'm taking this channel, I'll be exploring as many concepts in as detailed depth as possible to allow you to see your business better and to analyze and be able to pull it apart, put it together, and assemble it for maximum profits, fulfillment, and automation, if that's something that you want. So yeah, what I'll be helping you to do in this new direction for myself is that I'll be helping you to just understand the assumptions within your business model. I'll be helping you to really take things apart. I'll be unbuilding or taking apart the Lego bricks, right? Taking apart every single assumption that we have about business and analyzing it bit by bit, going into detail. Why did we add this? Why did we add that? Why do we believe that this is true? And this is what I really want to be able to help you to do, to challenge the assumptions that you have about the way that things should be done and have references that will support you in your decision making. And for me, I am just a messenger. I bring the lessons from the past, and I hope that you'll be able to use them in the present moment. So there are a few areas that we can learn from and a few areas that I want to expand into in this channel and in the videos that I produce, especially more for YouTube, right? First one, I want to look at philosophy and epistemology. This is more about the development of knowledge and how you know whether something is true. How do you verify? How do you create proof? How do you understand your business? How do we create direct experiences within our agency, our info products, and throughout the course of building it, taking a look at a systems perspective and seeing things, and how do we accurately draw causation between our inputs and the outputs that come out of our business, and how do we make sure that we have a sober mind when we look at our business and analyze the entire process. That's why I think philosophy and epistemology is very important for that. Number 2, financial markets and business strategy. So this is why I enjoy finance and why I enjoy business strategy, is because this allows you to quantify and understand the risks and potential opportunities of every single business decision that you make. I think that traders have a lot of wisdom, forex traders, people who analyze charts all day, people who are global macro investors, right? These people have a lot of wisdom to learn because they are playing with a lot of money and they cannot afford to make mistakes. Every mistake that they make is a loss in their bank account. So how have they created decision-making systems, analytical frameworks to run through every single decision that they make, so that over the long run, they gamble with a certain level of predictability and using probability to their advantage? How do they eat up the volatility in their business? How do they reduce that spread of potential upside and potential downside? And how do they narrow that, lower the potential risk, increase the potential reward? Because that's what we really want to do in business, and that's what I think that we should be doing when it comes to executing strategy as well. So next thing, history and political influences. For me, I don't have much of a political position. I'm quite blind to that for myself. But for me, I think what's more important about politics and what's more important about culture and studying the emergence of culture within society is that we get to tap into the current trends and we get to see what's coming up in this age. I want to create things that are relevant for you. And right now, as things are moving very quickly, how do we understand history so that we have some sort of a mental model, some sort of an intuitive feel for how humans adapt to changes? How can we be able to predict that? How can we be able to understand context better in a non-biased way where we are able to position ourselves for upward trends and growth in the future? I think this is where history is, and sociology, culture, movements, studying all of these movements will be extremely important because they provide you with the play space or the mental ground for you to be able to analyze even business trends within your industry and growth opportunities that you can potentially rotate into. This is where studying history and culture will come in as a very important tool for you as an entrepreneur and as a business owner. Next thing, I also want to talk about psychology. So really understanding how people, now it's so history is like culture, right? It's like big picture, it's more of nations, cultures, specific groups of people and how they act together. Then now, how do we improve that way of thinking and looking at the whole? How do we get more granular? I want to make sure that I give you enough detail when it comes to understanding people and when it comes to understanding psychology. So I'm also going to create content that's related around psychology and understanding how the human mind is built up and how a human mind progresses on an individual level, on an actualization level, on all the different levels and all the different stages in life. Because then, when you understand both the individual and the collective, I would say that you are more able to create a holistic picture that is in line with reality, that is in line with what is happening in the world, so that you can react in a way that is accurate and you can create strategies that are reflective of the current conditions in the market rather than assumptions. Next, it's scientific thinking. So really implementing and being very rigorous about how we test our hypothesis and how we can learn from the scientific method, and maybe a little bit of history of scientists and how they evolved to create their own domain of knowledge. Because as internet marketers, as agency owners, as product owners, even info product owners, right, what we are doing is essentially a certain sort of science. We are trying to invent new domains of knowledge. We're trying to invent new ways of doing things, and we want to verify that these new ways of doing things are actually legitimate. So how do we implement the scientific process to develop our own marketing edge, to develop our own unique processes, to empirically study the way that our actions influences outcomes and the context in which our actions will always produce these outcomes. So being able to change our actions when the context changes too, or knowing that when the context changes, there might be volatility in our actions and the results that we get. So these are very broad strokes, and I'm intentionally keeping it that way because I do want to have the freedom to explore all of these topics and provide you with this intellectually enriching environment for you to create new businesses for yourself, to explore untapped markets, and to really have new and fresh perspectives to make decisions in your business. Because I think, as I've said at the start, your business is just a collection of all the decisions that you've made, good or bad, over the past 5 years. So yeah, here's where I think the channel is going, and I will give credit where credit is due, and some of my inspiration for putting this out there. I'm heavily influenced by 3 main groups of people, actually only 2 to 3. So first one, Actualizer.org, Leo Gura. When I was 15 years old, I listened to his content, and he's heavily influenced me to take personal development and self-development very, very seriously. Basically setting up the foundations of my life. Listened to him when I was 15. When I was 17, I started listening to Iman Gaji and listening to SMMA and understanding, that making money online and doing your own thing and really choosing to be able to self-actualize through the way of business is a potential route. I learned that from him, and I think you can tell that the style is quite similar too. And lastly, this one is more of the esoteric, culturally artsy kind of side. The last group of channels that I enjoy is arts, culture, film, mental models and thinking. So Farnham Street, cinematography, understanding how people put together stories, understanding how emotions are communicated through video. That's another heavy source of inspiration that I've always been drawn to, and I want to share that joy with you in a way that's digestible, because I feel like the barrier to entry to these kinds of information is quite high, and if I'm able to lower that slightly for a select group of audiences, which is you, I feel like my job is done. So I think that right now, more than ever, you need someone to show you how to think for yourself, without the sensational drama, without the controversy that blurs your decision making. And in a sense, what I hope is that you guys have real clarity into seeing what matters in your business, seeing what matters in your life. And I do this through precise, accurate languaging that explores all of these concepts. I might not be the most sensational guy. I might not be the most flashy guy. I'm not going to have, women all around me just to keep your attention. My hope is that through the merit of my ideas and the rigor of my research and the way that I present them, the ideas themselves will hold the weight, and I will just be able to share these pieces of information with you in a way that you can understand and in a way that you can apply in your business. So yeah, think of me as your strategy guy when it comes to building your online empire, and your discount McKinsey consultant, maybe. So yeah, size up opportunities and venture into untapped markets with the strategies that I provide for you. And here's what I have, in terms of concrete content that I've already scripted, so you can look forward for that. Whether you get that through my Telegram channel or through YouTube, I'll just let you figure that out on your own. So first thing is building up case studies and what it really takes to write a case study. Number 2, how to understand marketing principles and really break them down and understand them at a deep level. I'll be looking into luxury, and I'll be looking at the entire history, context of luxury, strategies, concepts in application, and relevance towards businesses and what types of businesses maybe could benefit from luxury strategy. And also lastly, how to break into untapped markets and how to scale your media-based businesses as well using all of this information. So that's some stuff that I've planned that's more concrete. just in case it's too airy-fairy, woo-woo shit, academic, and yeah. My goal is to blend both the academic and the practical, so that you have the clarity and the vocabulary to be able to pull apart your business and to make nuanced, complex decisions in a way that you can understand and you can handle. Because as business owners, our problem space is so huge, right? We have so many decisions to make. My job is to make that easier for you by helping you to give you that way to understand the play space, give you that way to contextualize problems, give you that way to approach different aspects of your business and really have a sober, clear, emotionally present state of mind that allows you to make great decisions in the long term consistently. So yeah, with this, what I hope is that you'll be able to design and architect extremely profitable services. And if this is something that you want to see more of, you can subscribe to this channel. I will be posting very consistently for the next 3 to 6 months. This is part of the vision that I have for this channel. And follow me for more. I have some of my socials linked below. And if you want something that's way more juicy, way more practical, less woo-woo, airy-fairy, check out my Telegram group. I share a lot more, I would say, cutthroat insights and ideas that you can immediately apply. And for the YouTube, it's more just me being able to articulate my thoughts and to give you context, right? So yeah, having said that, I'll see you soon, and I look forward to having you join me on this journey. And yeah, it's a pleasure and an honor to have you here. I'll speak to you soon.